What's up YouTube, Sciz1 here. I'm back with another live stream today. So, of course, it's been a little while. I apologize to everyone for that. I've had quite a few people actually asking me when the next stream is gonna be. Well, you have your answer. It's right now. It's gonna be today. So, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about... Oh, that's my... Sorry, that's my phone. I couldn't figure out what was going on there. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you a little bit first about what we're going to do in the stream today. Smith, what's up? Christian, Quicks, what's going on? So, yeah, I'll tell you guys a little bit about what we're doing today in the stream. We're going to be eventually working on this piece, as it has in the title, Simple Style today. And I wanted to do like a simple style piece just to focus on elements of like line thickness and how you can use that to sort of change the look of your piece, how it can help your piece out. Since it's obviously been a little bit, Kohek, what's up? I'm gonna show you what I've been up to in this book. This book is, we got like 5 pages left in it or some ridiculously small number like that. So, soon we're gonna be done it, and at that point I'm gonna make a video with everything that's in it. But this is the piece I was doing way back when I did the last live stream over a month ago. That's how it came out. I took out the little bits that I had here, so the whiteout makes it look pretty bad, but, yeah, that's what ended up happening with that. Yeah, some other crap is in here too. And, yeah, I've really been just doing a lot of simple-ish stuff. So, without showing you all of it, that one will be a one for later. Yeah, a lot of experimental stuff in this book, as always. But this is what we got left. We got this page plus 5 other blank ones that we're doing. Obviously not all today, but then that book will be done. At that point, if anyone wants it, I don't know, hit me up, let me know. But yeah, good to see all of you guys in the chat. Let me know what's going on with you guys. I'm just happy to be back home right now, able to, you know, hit the Blackbook, be a little less busy than usual. I'm going to start off with the 1.2 millimeter here. So I'm making nice thick lines here. Hermione, what's up? Yeah, basically what's going to happen with this book when it's finished is if someone messages me and wants to buy it and they're asking for a reasonable price that sort of takes into account that this has been where I put all my art in the past year, I'll just sell it to that person. But yeah, I generally don't have a lot to do with these books when they're finished, so. But they are good to keep as like progress reports, sort of. Like you can look back on your older work and see how you've come along. And even from the beginning of this book, you can, when I make the video, you'll see the differences between what I did when I was starting this book and now-ish. And honestly, I've seen, just in my own stuff in the past year, I think such a big improvement in terms of, if not style, definitely in terms of, like, cleanliness and execution of the pieces and that kind of thing. And that really is one of the most important aspects, so... So I'm just, speaking of cleanliness, just trying to keep these lines super, super clean. You can adjust the thickness of them later if you need to, but for me right now, my aim is just to keep this piece clean, and just the cleaner it is, the more professional it looks. Christian, I would love to give it to you for free, but I would not be comfortable with that. Hermione, I'm just doing this one black and white. Just about everything in the sketchbook is black and white. So, yeah, I don't know. As I've said before on stream, just keeping things black and white really, for me personally, it helps me focus on the letter structure specifically. Because a lot of people I find in their graph, what they do is they have sort of a whack letter structure, and it makes it hard to tell because they just sort of disguise it with a bunch of fancy colors and stuff like that. So for me personally, I've been really trying to make sure my letter structure is strong, because in the past, my color schemes have always been sort of a strength, whereas letter structure can always be improved. So I figure if I can find ways to improve the letter structure of my pieces, and sort of ignore the elements of color for the time being, that would probably be super helpful, so that's what I'm trying to do. I might do some names later, Christian. Sayan, what's up? We're just sketching here. Yeah, so I know I haven't uploaded in a while. I have been busy in this book with a bunch of different stuff, actually. So, don't think I've been sleeping on you guys. I just haven't had the chance to upload any of my actual work. But that being said, I've been super frustrated because I've had a couple videos that are done being edited, they're sitting in a file waiting to be uploaded, and I just plain haven't had the time to upload them. So you will see those being uploaded this week, finally. Yeah, it's the most frustrating thing when you've done all the work to make a video, like you've filmed it, you've edited it. I've even got like the thumbnails for it picked out and everything. And then it's sat there for a month because I just have not had the time to even take the 10 minutes to upload it, which is just super frustrating. But yeah, I mean, I've got stuff ready to put out to you guys. Whew. Christian, if you want to talk, I don't do phone numbers, but like I have Instagram and a Facebook. So if you want to go on there and message me, go straight ahead. Yeah, whenever I have time, I'm on there or whatever. Hermione, I'm assuming you're talking about Sydney, Australia. That is dope. That's one of the few places I didn't get to when I went to Australia. But yeah, I've heard they have a really great scene. I wanted to see, when I was there, at least one piece by Duz. That didn't end up happening, but yeah, they just have, like, I think for me, so much of the first graph that I was exposed to when I was like a super young kid was stuff that was coming out of New Zealand, Australia, that area. So like it was really cool for me going there to see a lot of the styles that like first blew my mind and got me into graph. But yeah, you're right. Just like Sydney area has a great scene from what I've seen not in person. Melbourne has an awesome scene too. Yeah, just great stuff all around out there. They've really got it together. Trying to keep these lines not too choppy. The worst thing you can do for your pieces is just make like choppy lines like that, and it just makes everything look not smooth. Yeah, I know. Nenio Business, what's up? Dude, I would love to come to Texas. I have not been anywhere in the United States. Other than, well, I mean, my province, Ontario, borders Michigan, so I've been there. I've driven through parts of Detroit, seen their scene. They have a great graph scene there. I've wanted to go and paint there, but it's a little bit intimidating to you know, go and, like, it always feels tense when you're trying to paint or bomb in a place that you're not familiar with. Quicks, I feel you. The place where I live, no graph whatsoever. Yeah, it's incredibly dead where I am. So whenever I get to travel anywhere that has any kind of graffiti scene whatsoever, it feels like a super huge treat for me. Yeah, my town's absolutely dead. The place I live in for school, they have a pretty good scene, actually, I should say. But yeah, where I'm from, there's nothing. Christian, that's dope. Paper is where most people start. yesterday here where I was, it was negative 14 degrees Celsius. So that's the kind of weather we're getting right now, in case you're wondering. So for me, right now it's a little bit hard to do graph not on paper, just because it's so damn cold out. And of course we have like half a foot of snow on the ground too, and all that fun stuff, so. Yeah, bombing is a totally different game depending on what kind of weather systems you have in your area. Alright, so I've got the initial lines here done up. I just gotta, you know, after that, for me, my next step is always step back from the piece, look at it as a whole, figure out what lines you want to make a little more thick. Hey, Nivio, what's going on? Anyway, I was thinking, you know, keep it symmetrical. These two sort of points, I'm gonna thicken them up a little bit. Go from there. Look at stuff, some other stuff. Oh, yeah, Netherlands. I've heard so much. Seems like you guys have it together in the Netherlands for sure. Yeah, I'd like to travel to Europe. That'd be cool too. That's the thing. There's so many. Like, it's awesome that nowadays graph is such a global thing. Because really, like, I could travel so many different places. And regardless of where I'm traveling, I would get to see, like, whatever the graph scene is there, and there's almost guaranteed to be one, just because it's such a widespread thing nowadays, which is awesome. Ooh, that is way too thick. Gotta be careful not to just destroy this piece here. I hate to get the whiteout out, but I think I have to, because that was a big mistake. Yeah, Cirque. My friend's actually living in Germany right now. Every now and then I'll bother him to send me flicks of, like, just streets and stuff, and he's like, yeah, fine, and he knows exactly what I mean. He'll send me some pics of some of the graph up there, and he knows that he's doing me a big favor. Normally I try and keep the whiteout off of these pieces in my book, but sometimes you mess up too damn bad and you gotta just use it. It sucks, but it's true. Whew. Sort of make the thicknesses a little more uniform within the letters too. No, honestly, my friend doesn't do graph at all. I've just done, like the most I can get out of him is, like, I've gotten him to agree a couple times to do, like, just a lookout job for me if I'm doing something, but yeah, he doesn't, he's not in the graph scene at all. Which is sad, because if you're gonna go live in Germany for a year, be in the graph scene, you know? Seems like a waste to me. Alright, so let me know. I want your guys' opinion. if I should do like a drop shadow or a 3D on here. Just, if you have an opinion on that, throw it in the chat there. I'm trying to decide between drop shadow and 3D, to be honest, right now. Let me know, and then I'll start that. I don't know, I'm thinking the points here would look cool with the drop shadow if I do it right. Also, though, if I do 3D coming down this way, the points also sort of make that look cool. Oh, overwhelming 3D, okay. Not enough room for 3D, okay. Drop shadow. Oh, you guys are voting like 3 times. What are you doing, Igor? Well, we got 3 votes for 3D and 2 for drop shadow. I don't know. You know, since the piece is already sort of perfectly centered, I think I'm gonna go with the 3D. I'm just gonna make it like a weak 3D though, like nothing super huge. So I'm taking the middle of the page here, drawing my 3D dot. I've done that on all my pieces lately. I used to just sort of freehand it and go towards a general area, but I've found that since I started doing this, and actually going towards a physical point, my 3D has gotten so much more crisp looking, and it's just been a lot nicer. So I always do that now, at the risk of looking like an amateur. Don't really care though, if it makes my work better, I'm totally down to do that. And hey, we're all sort of amateurs, we're all always learning here. At least if you're doing graph right, you should be always learning something. That's the way I see it anyway. Oh, sorry, I'm almost knocking some stuff over. That's beside my desk. Yeah, I don't know. I get intimidated by doing like super thick 3D stuff. I don't know, but then when I do end up doing thicker 3D, it usually ends up looking better. So I feel like I should do more really thick 3D stuff. But too little, too late now. I've started. Can't wait for winter to be over here. I want to get outside, do some painting. I don't mind the cold itself, but when it's cold enough that your paint freezes, when it's like inside your backpack and whatever, it's just, you can't paint, you know? So you can go out and bring some markers and whatever, but geez, winter gets really old really fast, I'll tell you that, for those of you who don't have a harsh winter. Oh, Quicks, yeah, you gotta get those fine liners, you know? Ever since I got these Staedtler fine liners, they go from all the way up to like 1.2 millimeters all the way down to 0.05 millimeter. Oh my god, I love them. They've really definitely upped my my fine liner game. The quality of those ones is really good too. I always am gonna love the Pilot markers, which I have. Those are always good too. You know what? I gotta make this a little bit thicker. Looks thin compared to the rest of it. Can't have that. I had someone ask me the other day why I take so long to pencil out 3D and that sort of stuff. Because most people would just throw it in pretty quickly, like a lot quicker than I'm doing it. So I'm sorry if you're bored watching me pencil in this 3D, but what I told them was I could do it in a quarter of the time and it would look 90% as good, but I'd rather take 4 times longer and get that extra 10% of how good it looks, if that makes sense. That's just me personally. Some people don't want to do that. That's fine. Graph's always got to be what you're comfortable doing. So, that's just how I do it. Other people, you can do it however you want. Nivio, your winter is rain. Oh boy. It's funny, I guess like a lot of places don't really get snow for winter. Where I am, it's just like when you hear the word winter, you think of tons of snow. I shouldn't say tons of snow, like we don't get a lot, but like if there's never been a winter where I am in my lifetime that we haven't had at least like 3-4 snowfalls that were sort of heavy. I shouldn't complain though. In the north, I know they get literally like meters of snow, which is far more than we get where I am. So that would be horrible. After this 3D, I gotta figure out how to sort of make this piece look a little more complete. Don't know, might put a pattern in the 3D. Let me know if you guys think that's a good idea or not. Gotta put some sort of background in here too. That's just the smart thing to do, you know, make your piece stand out a little more. Berlin, Germany, that's awesome. The answer to your question, Bennett, is I have one review finished and filmed and edited, and the video file is sitting on my computer, and that will be uploaded this week. So there will be at least that product review coming to you very soon. I'm probably gonna have like some product comparison videos coming at some point too. Yeah. So the short answer and the simple answer to your question is at least one this coming week. And again, I do apologize for the lack of content I've been bringing you guys on the YouTube channel recently. Yeah, I know it's been slow. Yeah, I've had overwhelming amounts of crap to deal with the past couple weeks, specifically. A couple sort of family emergency things, and then school, so... Alright, so simple little 3D that we just threw in there. I'm gonna try something that I've never tried before in this 3D, I think. Not to sound ominous, but if this doesn't work out, don't be surprised. I don't know, that's one of the nice things about, I find, working in these books, like just these really tiny black books that I've had, is just I don't really care enough about them to, like, they're unimportant enough that I don't get scared off from trying a lot of, like, weird shit. So... Bic markers or Sharpie? Quicks, that's, I've used, you know what, I do have to say I really like Sharpie paint markers. I mean, they're a lower quality paint marker, a lot of people would say, but honestly, they're pretty dope as far as paint markers go, to be honest. I don't mind saying that. As far as, like, actual, like, markers, I'd have to say, Sharpies I haven't really used very much. So maybe Bic, but I haven't used Bic that much either. These are Staedtler. I love the Pilot markers. I have some Sakura markers. Like, it's really all personal preference, but I've had success with all of those ones. Like, I enjoy using them all. Alright, I already hate this. I'm not doing this on the 3D anymore. I was gonna do, like, big dots fading to small dots. No. No. Let me just figure this out. Don't know what I want to do with this. I want to do some sort of, like... Let me show you what I'm thinking of. I have a piece back here. This big piece I did, like, the whole lighting effect, sort of. I sort of want to do that. Yeah, Daniel, this is sort of like a simple piece. I've taken far too long for it to be considered a throw-up, that's for sure. But yeah, I really like throw-ups because it's an easy way to look at letters that get rid of all the negative space. So you can make really squished letters like that. So it is sort of inspired by, you know, looking at throw-ups and that sort of thing. I can't remember the last time I used whiteout twice in this book on a piece. I feel like an idiot now. It's fine, no one will be able to tell when it's done. Alright, I'm thinking... What size markers do I have out here? 1.2, the 0.3. I'll take the 0.1 also. light source over here, we'll say. Make some super dark stuff here. You guys will see in a little bit, you'll start to get an idea of the 3D that I'm doing here. If you didn't get it from the other piece that I just showed. It's a very tedious process. This kind of 3D is really like inspired by like just like honestly fine art stuff. Like if you look at people who do really intense shading on stuff and like sort of hyper realistic type stuff, they do a lot of this kind of like inputting dots to make stuff look super realistic and specific. All right. Not going to be sparing with the darkness here. You gotta really commit to this kind of 3D, not be afraid to make some parts super dark that need to be super dark. This kind of 3D is very like, it's a hard kind of 3D to explain in terms of like what exactly, how you know where to put what. Yeah, that's really true, Cirque. I'm always looking, like when I have a wall to paint, I basically just grab this book and say, okay, what am I going to take from this book, put it on the wall. It's sort of too hard to put something on a wall that's already super finished in a book. It just makes you feel like you're just copying something from a book onto a wall if it's already got color and everything, and to me that's just super boring, so black and white ones are always good to look at for the wall. Yeah, one of the things I love about all the Iron Lack videos that have does in them is at almost every single one you see him pull out the black book and like flip through his black and white stuff, and he just chooses one and throws it on the wall out of his sketches, his black and white sketches. That's always pretty cool. So I turned a pretty simple sketch into something that's going to take me a little while now, if you couldn't tell. We'll see how it turns out here. I'm going to try and keep these dots to a minimum, See if I can still make it look the way it's supposed to, you know. So basically the idea here is the light is supposed to be coming from this direction. So of course the light is hitting this side of these letters. It's not hitting the other side where it's super dark here. So you just have to think of it from the perspective of where this light source is. That's the best way I can describe that. Sort of a hard thing to get used to thinking of if you haven't done it before. When I was doing like actually art classes in like way back in high school, we had to sort of do some stuff like this. So I'm sort of used to thinking of it because of that. But it certainly takes a bit of getting used to. I'm also not particularly great at it or anything, so. I am gonna make this thicker on the inside because it's bigger than it needs to be. Which I don't like. Makes it look bad. And I know this thick line looks really terrible, but the thick line I'm putting here is going to look fine when I do a thick line all the way around this entire piece. So that's my excuse right now. Yeah, Nivio, I know, and it's probably, I probably shouldn't say this while I'm live streaming, it's probably not in my best interest to be live streaming this kind of thing anyway, because it's not super exciting to watch, I know that, but, I mean, like, our streams here, it's always pretty much us chatting, that's what I love about our live streams anyway, so I'm not too worried about doing some super flashy, exciting, quick stuff for people, because I get the feeling that most of you guys are here to chat rather than necessarily just watch me do a start to finish kind of piece. But yeah, you're right, it's tedious, it's not the funnest part of graph. For me, I really enjoyed this kind of thing because it just, you don't have to use your brain at all. And that sounds really lazy probably, but it's a nice kind of thing to have to make yourself do to complete a piece after you've done like an entire day of work and you just want to like relax. Because like with some pieces you really got to make your brain sort of figure out what's going on, and it's a very active kind of thinking you have to do depending on the level of detail you're putting in a piece and the style, the complexity, all that kind of stuff. So really it's sort of a relaxing kind of thing for me. But yeah, like if I was having to do this on a wall or something like that, holy shit, I would never even attempt it. I'd just say this is gonna take me all day. Don't want to do it with a spray can, it'll hurt my hand after 4 hours. Yeah, Cirque, it's always nice to sort of, like if you're going to paint walls or bomb walls or anything, it's always nice to do something that you're familiar with. It can help you get it done faster. That's always super helpful. Because, you know, you don't want to be hanging out any place for particularly long. Especially if you're doing trains or something like that, too. This isn't turning out super great looking or anything, but it's practice. Now that I'm working within this patch where I covered it with whiteout, I gotta be really careful not to smudge any of this. Because you know whiteout will smudge markers. Because it can't absorb like, you know, like the paper can. Hopefully that's sort of okay. Let me know if you guys can sort of see what I'm trying to do with this, because I know it's not particularly good, but let me know if I'm being clear about what the idea of this 3D is. At least. This is a huge area, gotta add a few more dots though. Because it just looks weird right now compared to the rest of the piece. Gotta just, you know, make it a little more dense. That's probably a little bit better. We're getting it done here. From Colombia, Czar, good to meet you. Colombia is, man, that's, you know what? We're probably, if I had to fly straight downward to Colombia from where I am, I think it would take about 6 hours. But yeah, I think your country is like below, right below where I am. I always thought Colombia would be a cool place to go. So I mentioned this earlier already, but I wanted to ask your opinion on it, all of you. I was planning when I finish this book, there's 5 pages left in here, I was gonna make a video just showing like everything that's in the book. I wanted to ask if you guys think that is something people in general will be interested in. because I'm assuming it would take 20 minutes to flip through the book at a reasonable pace. Don't know if that's something people want to watch or if that would be intolerable. So let me know. Give me your honest opinion on it. Usually when I do this I shouldn't say usually, last time when I did a piece like this, where I was doing this kind of 3D, I was sitting inside a coffee shop doing it, and I probably looked like a crazy person. Tons of people probably saw me just like putting dots on a page for frickin' hours. I mean, it'll make you go crazy too, but but yeah, this is definitely a slow process. You gotta be a little patient with it. Patience is, fortunately, probably one of my strengths. What's your opinion on North Face? Is it graffiti clothes or more normal clothes style? What are you talking about? Is my question. What is North Face? Other than like a clothing brand. Isn't it a clothing brand? Or more normal clothes stuff? Like tons of people wear North Face stuff, isn't it? I don't know where that brand originated at all. So I sort of don't know. If I saw someone, like, from what I know about North Face right now, and if I saw someone wearing, like, North Face stuff, I wouldn't think, oh, they're probably a graffiti writer or anything. I would just think they're wearing normal clothes. It's not one of those clothing brands that you specifically associate with graph, like, it's not like SDK stuff or any of that. So, it's probably the best answer I can give. I don't actually think I have any North Face stuff. Hutista, what's up? What's going on? Navio, you're down to see what's in the book, yeah? Psych TNT, thank you. I hate to have to do this, but this just looks way too white right now. So I gotta just put some more freaking dots in it. You know, I don't know why I'm messing around with the 0.3 though. We gotta get serious. Get the 1.2 in here. How much time do I have left here? I'm at 54 minutes. That means stream's gonna end in 6 minutes because YouTube lets me stream for an hour because I'm not a big YouTuber. Which is sad. But hey, we're just under 4,700 subs on the channel, so you know, we're getting there. So thank you to everyone who has subbed and has been you know, along for the ride for quite a while. Of course, as usual, what usually ends up happening is near the end of these streams, I'm close to done these sketches, not quite done them. So as always, when I finish it up, I'll, you know, just throw it on the Instagram for you guys to look at, and so you can see the finished product. If you want to know what I'm planning to do with this, I was just gonna add like a, oh shit, look what I did. I knew it was gonna happen. I smudged it because of the damn whiteout. Oh, that sucks. I'm gonna have to clean that up somehow. Whatever, I'm just gonna ignore it for now because that is just horrendous. Oh my god. Oh, I can't believe it. How did that happen? It happened because of... It's on my pinky finger. Damn. What was I saying? Yeah, I was saying I'll put this on my Instagram when it's finished. Ah, I'm so mad about this. Jeez. I'll have to clean that up somehow. Or I might have to leave it, I don't know. That is so annoying. When you put so much effort into making the rest of a piece look super clean, and then you do something like that. Ah, gosh. That's fine. I'm just gonna not think about it. But yeah, I'll have this up on the Instagram when it's finished. As I was saying though, I think I'm just gonna put an outline around the whole edge, thicken up the outside lines. Then I'm going to put a little bit of a black background to help the piece pop out a little bit. Yeah, Smith, that is exactly the worst thing that could happen. A little bit not happy about it, to be honest, as you can tell. That's fine. Yeah. Nivio, with respect to your question, when there's going to be a sticker sesh video, there is no clear answer on that. Just because I didn't bring any blank stickers home with me. So I don't know. If I go and buy some, could get one on the weekend. Like, I don't know. I was gonna try and do another stream tomorrow, maybe. Of course, if I posted on Instagram 10 minutes before I started this one, I'll probably do the same for that. Oh, wait. Gotta put just last few dots in there. That's what we got right now. It's a little bit hard to see the 3D effect I was going for there. It almost looks all like it's one sort of density, because this camera doesn't focus very well on small details, because it's a GoPro and it's meant for moving around and stuff, which I don't do a lot of, obviously, on this channel. But yeah, that's what we got so far. So yeah, I'm just gonna add a nice little, thicken the edges up around the outside, add a bit of a background, but yeah. Who teased you write psych? I think I know a couple of people who write psych. So yeah, basically I'm going to try and do a couple more streams this week. I'll let you guys know when they are on Instagram. Maybe I'll try and post on my actual YouTube in the community section before I do them as well. Maybe we'll get a sticker session there. You will see at least the one video uploaded this coming week. Yeah, other than that, that's all I got for the day here. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Always great to chat with you guys. If you have any questions about anything, you can message me on Instagram or anything like that. I try and respond as fast as I can to people. Of course, if you want any custom work or sticker packs that you want to buy or anything like that too, just hit me up and we'll sort all that out. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. More streams coming this week. Till my next one, Peace.